In tonight's Health Watch, more than 70,000 opioid overdose deaths were reported to the CDC in 2017, and that number is likely to go much higher this year.
Well, those numbers are tragic. There's now a different take on the impact this drug crisis is having. CBS 2's Dr. Max Gomez tells us that this is from a 7-year-old girl.
That's right, and it's a moving point of view. Well, we usually look at opioid overdose from the perspective of the victim. What demons drove them to get addicted and eventually to OD. What we sometimes forget is that an overdose has a profound effect on everyone around them, like 7-year-old Layla Boris.
Most of the people in my family do drugs. They're struggling and stuff to try to get better, but they just can't.
It's a moving and surprisingly matter-of-fact admission from 7-year-old Layla. It comes in a documentary from producers Ken Spooner and Mike Mee. Life with Layla tells a story of the 7-year-old New Jersey girl who's surrounded by a family struggling with drug abuse. Layla lost her aunt to a fatal heroin overdose. She and her family try to stop her uncle from going down the same tragic path. But it was Layla's relationship to her aunt that comes through as the driving emotion behind Layla's quest to protect her family.
Do you miss her?
A lot.
Does your mom miss her?
Yeah. All my family misses her.
The film shows us how Layla deals with the loss of her aunt Melissa, sometimes celebrating, sometimes brutally frank, and sometimes what sounds like get over it.
Layla keeps calling this Melissa's party. So, I mean, she was really excited about seeing everybody, and she has all her friends here, so she's having a blast. When she talks about Melissa, she's angry. Like, she tells me to get over it and stop crying. It's like, I feel like she's trying not to cry, so that's her way of expressing it.
She overdosed. She got really sick, and she also choked on her own puke.
The documentary won Best New Jersey Film at the recent Montclair Film Festival, and the producers hope to show it to high schools around the state to drive home the widespread impact and tragedy of opioid abuse. And the loss everyone feels perhaps came through strongest in a letter Melissa wrote to her young niece before she died.
I love you to the stars in the sky, Layla. Always remember that.
You know, there are many causes and many culprits in the opioid crisis. Doctors who overprescribe, drug companies that pushed unnecessary amounts of painkillers to patients, distributors and regulators who looked the other way when wildly massive amounts of opioids were being diverted into illegal channels, and finally, the lack of effective treatment programs. And all of these will have to be part of the solution of the crisis.
That story really brings it home, though. The effect.
Isn't it amazing? It affects everybody around you.
You bet.
Thank you, Dr. Max.